What's going on?
I don't know.
That's it. That's the intro. Just what's going on?
What's going on? Come on, you're supposed to bring a little energy. You're the guy that breaks people's mics.
Good morning, everybody. We're
speakers.
back on Whale Watch
There you
after a Monday hiatus. Here we're joined with our man Anthony up in the corner instead of Jay-Z, who abandoned us for family of all things. Fucking weird. And we're joined as well, as usual, by my guitar and a sock this time. Now I have a sock on the floor. We're bouncing around. I'm just that's all I got for an intro, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of shit.
You know, fair enough.
Yeah.
What'd you guys
Better
do?
than nothing.
Anthony, any positions you kept on? Overnight, you mad lad. We just missed an amazing short off that morning bounce, but we're vibing.
No, nothing overnight. Just kind of sitting on cash right now, waiting for FOMC to get by. And
I know a lot of scalpers get kind of frothy at the mouth for FOMC, and I'm not one of them. I'm a coward. I'll put like one MNQ contract on and spray and pray, but as someone who's scalping the MNQ with a low risk tolerance, it can just whip 100 points just cause on FOMC days. But if we get good setups this morning, I'll take them. Right now, we're just sitting in a massive wide zone of negative gamma. All the positive build-up seems to be mostly below us, though. So I guess we'll see what happens there. But as always, everyone, back to the failed and sporadic intro. This is Whale Watch. If you're new to the show, we take flow requests, do options flow reads. We'll even take live trades for you so you can see how we're using the tools and we're actually putting money on the line and not just talking shit like a lot of the furus on Twitter. You've seen us win, you've seen us lose, you've seen me and Jay-Z when he's here decide not to chase an option and watch it go 1,500% from there. You know, all the ifs, ands, or buts, in betweens of trading, you're going to watch it happen here, including me getting pissed off when I miss an entry. Now, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and flip us over unless Tucker has any astounding, groundbreaking news to break the ice.
No, we got someone in the Twitter chat talking about poop. Come
All
on.
right.
Poop.
Come on, man.
Let it rip, bro. Let him
He
part.
says, "I made a poopy, lol. Do you make poopies?"
Good
Get the hell
job.
out of
I
here.
do sometimes. I did like an
All right.
hour ago.
Cheeky chunk.
It's pretty nice.
This is your last warning. Do not post a fourth poop message. Come on, man.
There's gonna get 7 or 8 now. You just made
And
it
Where
mandatory.
did you get poop from, Tucker? I'm reading the YouTube comment. He's talking about food and assets like coffee. Where are you getting poop from
The
that?
Twitter chat.
Twitter chat.
Oh, okay. Well,
The place where most
There's my
people
mess up for the
watch
day.
because
The poop
Twitter's
on your
huge.
face.
It just sucks.
I'll eat the crow there. I
I'm
guess.
keeping an eye right now, Anthony, on the 6700 SPX. It's really deep negative gamma. If they can't squeeze through that toward the small bits of positive above us, I kind of expect a rejection where we start testing down to the positive. I'm not ballsy enough to jump in a trade right now, but I want to see if they can get through that or not.
I was just looking at that. Looks like it's a lot of short puts and short calls at that level too.
Oh, we've got a robot.
Have you
You
tried
sound
the,
fine, but your camera's a robot-y. You're glitching.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
just pop lock and drop it quick.
Is it a little better now?
It's just choppy. It's fine. You sound fine. That's
Yeah,
what matters.
whatever.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. I mean, have you used that dual view yet on Periscope?
I'm gonna be real, man. I haven't. I'm so locked into
Haven't?
my ways. Go ahead and just show me what you look at when you have the dual view on. Just
So what I've
just
been-
out of my own interest and for the homies, while I see if
Yeah.
I miss my trade or not.
Yeah, I mean, I've been keeping that positions open. I like the positions. I mean, it's pretty much your blueprint of what's going on the day. So I mean, I just have the normal gamma here, and then I have the positions here. And I mean, this is telling you right here, they're short puts, short calls. So you know, the market makers don't want usually calls to expire in the money if they're short the calls, and then vice versa. They don't want puts to expire in the money if they're short. So this is kind of, I don't know, we might kind of chop here, I'm thinking.
I'm not opposed to the idea at all. Oh, it'd help if I turn my camera back on. No,
you got
it's
a lot
bit
of
of a range there. Yeah, I do see that build up at 6750. I
Yeah.
do wonder because 6700. I mean, it's a big round number, big old flat on the hundreds of the SPX. A little bit of psychology going in there, like quote unquote psychological levels, which I kind of buy into a little bit. Only a little bit though. If they tend to kind of coincide with important levels that I have anyway, and so I just I marry it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work like any other trade. But if they can't push through the 6,700, man, I think they're gonna chug dicks right back down to lows a day. So
I
I'm
think
keeping
you're
a
right.
close eye on this spot because like just in addition to that, on MNQ, which is what I scalp on the 1 minute to 3 minute usually, this is a big range right here, VWAP range. Um, they're curling all my EMAs. So right here, I could be looking for longs, but I'm having a little bit of pause because we're at 2 inflection points that acted as resistance to the downside in the overnight session. And so basically, if they can't take out 24,780, about 40 points up from here on NQ, I don't see any confidence to chase the long yet.
Yeah,
So I'm just
I
watching
think
to
I'm
see how they
gonna.
react at the top of this range. Maybe they'll give me a good short entry. Maybe they'll give me momentum to chase up. But right now, I'm hands off because, like you said, we're kind of in the middle of a zone.
I I realized I had that switched on all. Usually I switch it to 0 DTE right in the morning, so I was kind of looking at the wrong one
Yeah,
there too.
it
But
gets a little
yeah,
sporadic
it's
throughout the day. I tend to go back and forth between all and 0 day, and then toward the end of the day, mostly all or the next day's expiry. I want to see what they're doing for the future, not for the next 10 minutes if I'm scalping the
yeah,
close. But a lot of
yeah,
times when the gamma kind of updates, toward end of day, you start seeing the price compress around 2 strikes and the straddle tighten up a bit, but not always. But it is something to keep
yeah.
an eye on.
Yesterday was a great example of that. I was watching that into close yesterday. Let me see if it'll go back to
Yeah, it should.
that. And
Oh yeah, those 2 little tiny build-ups. Click that time frame back toward back to like
yeah, I gotta go back
1350,
one there.
yeah. Because there is overnight gamma. There you go.
Yeah, it was sitting right in there. I was actually watching this live yesterday. Okay, here we go. Now we got it. You had a bunch of kind of short calls there and short puts there. Heavy gamma there. I talked about it in my live yesterday. I'm like, I think we're just gonna kind of chop between these two levels there, and guess what? We surprisingly did. So I was excited about that.
I
I've
might.
been doing
I'm a
flow a lot more too.
good.
Been trading flow a lot more than kind of Periscope. I took kind of a little break from Periscope just to kind of re-evaluate
I haven't set the new whale watch
some
account
of my
back up because
stuff.
Yeah, I'm still so pissed about it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
insane.
mad. For those
Yeah,
not in the know, I had a bit of a falling out with the broker we were using for the show account, and that is being changed. I'm eyeballing this stagnation NQ's having a little bit. If we don't set a new local high right now in this 1 minute, I might take tiny short with a 20-point stop. I'll let you all know.
Yeah, your call premiums are dropping a little bit here. Would like to see some put
Yeah, I need to
participation come
see
in,
something
but
more. I'm not gung ho on shorting quite yet because again, the way the negative gamma, those red bars, guys, the kind of theory there behind it is market makers will sell into a downside move throughout that negative gamma positioning and buy into an upside move throughout that negative gamma positioning toward the positive gamma positioning. And right now, despite that buildup we have way up there in positioning at 68.25, that's kind of nuts, man. To me, it's more likely we're going to revisit this positive gamma below us. But I want confirmation of a reversal from this open bounce before I try to chase it. Because even though I'm kind of a paper cut scalper, I'll take 5, 6 tiny losses in a row to hit my bigger move. There's no reason for me to jump in front of a moving train. I'm going to wait. I need them to dip below these averages that I'm keeping an eye on and turn them into resistances again before I start targeting my key levels here at 24,696 and 24,665. And guys, I'm only trading like 2 or 3. Here's my account. I'm just on a small prop account while we wait to get the other accounts set back up. I'm only targeting $300 days. I'm trading 2 MNQ. Each MNQ has $2 per point. You don't gotta be some kind of big dick swinging furu douchebag slinging 50 NQ contracts to make a little pocket change. Let me pull up the tweet. Like, this consistency shit is important, and it's something I struggle with because I tend to overtrade. And that's a big problem for me. So did prop accounts while I'm waiting for our cash account to be set back up, specifically so I am capped at $300 gain per day. Here is the account we're on right now. I'm just hitting these average 300s. This little guy, I try not to worry too much about this little guy. The $632 loss that I had on Friday, the 13th. My entire state had an internet outage. And your boy got trapped in a position during the whole thing. And you can ask Anthony how happy I was that afternoon.
Yeah, that was not fun.
But
Not
baby,
fun
we're
for
just
you guys.
chipping away at it. And again, all of these trades I've taken on this account. Here's another one again, 300 and done. I'm done with these by like 10 a.m. Central. Like, you don't need to be in front of the screen all day, every damn day to make a little pocket change trading Unusual Whales tools. And that's kind of what we're here to say. Sagan says, guys, what is your view on getting food assets like coffee, etc.? Long story short, oil flow will be blocked more and more. Omuz, Panama, Russia, fertilizer price will spike, therefore food costs will. I don't think that that's a bad line of thinking. It seems likely. Plus, we already have all of the stuff with like importing of meats. That's kind of hurting some farmers in general. I'm from a rural area, and they're not by far and large very happy about the importing of goods that we already make.
Yeah.
But I mean, sound reasoning, I'd say, but I can't say for sure. I'm no macro expert at all. I am an intraday scalper and a flow swing trader. So I'm kind of in and out really fast. I'm not much of an investor, much more of a short-term trader. They might be giving
And
it
that's
to me
such
here in
a
second,
fluid
Anthony.
situation too, changing day to day. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like a good idea, but then some it would be nice if resolution came out of it, but you
All right,
you just never know. So
I'm
it's
taking my first short here with a tight stop. Very tight. Literally right above this current high is where I'll stop out. And I'm targeting Yellow Boy right here, this EMA. Not because it's the EMA. I'm targeting it because it aligns with this point of resistance on the bounce before market open. So 720, about 20 points down from here is my target. I'll let you know if I hit it or stop out. We're making some effort right here.
getting that rejection there.
We did
Yeah, you
get a
gotta-
question on the Twitter chat from
Yeah, hit it.
Roxy, who asks,
I'll keep
what
you
is the
guys updated
chat
on
they're
this.
looking at? Or the chart. Sorry, what is the chart they're looking
This
at?
is MNQ, the micro NASDAQ, and we are
Or
at target.
Periscope as well.
Oh, the other one is Periscope, Unusual Whales Periscope. All right, I'm going to let them see me flatten this if it bounces out of this range. Otherwise, that full target is 696. Let's see what they do as this 1 minute closes. And I'm taking it off. All right, we made $109, baby. 1 for 1.
There you go.
Periscope scalping, balls out. It's going to go lower. But again, I got to be careful on how much I make. I can't go above $300 on this account for 1. And for 2, guys, it's only $2 per contract on 2 MNQ. $100, you're rocking like a 50-point trade. You shouldn't look at that and be like, I need more. No, you don't. You don't need shit. You don't need more. So I will be watching for another setup. That was a good short. It looks like they're gonna head down to my 696 target. Where we at on Periscope? 6685, which would be a new low by about 5-ish points, is the closest positive gamma we have set up below us, but it's still building lower, which again, even though we had that momentum to the upside, that's why I just took that short. Even though the theory behind these red gamma zones is acceleration in that direction, like I said, if they couldn't clear the heaviest at 6,700 and hold it, the odds are they're going to gravitate back toward the heavier positive gamma, which is exactly what we did. Let me zoom in on this. Oh my god, I changed my mind. I'm not, oh my god.
Whoa.
Holy shit. I'll just do this.
Yeah,
A lot of people, I just want to make something really clear because I still see it a lot. A lot of people try to take trades based off of this dotted cone. Careful about that. You're more coinciding the gamma levels. The cone, I learned from one of our devs because I was doing it too, is just an arbitrary visualization on the 10-minute time frame. He even broke it down and showed me what this cone looks like on several different time frames, and it's wildly different. So if it's obeying the line on the 10-minute here, coincidence. It's actually obeying the gamma levels, key levels, price action. This bounce right here, yes, that's where I exited. No, I didn't exit because it's the cone. I exited because, once again, we're sweeping that 6,700 from above. Full target, again, would be 6,685. But On my MNQ, we hit my target and I got out. No reason to stay in it, and we did bounce substantially from there. I'm looking for a new entry, but I just wanted to point out this cone is an arbitrary, pretty colors visualization of the spread as the day goes on. It's not really a price action tradable thing. And if it looks like it is, like that bounce right there that we just exited on, it's a coincidence. We're bouncing right before that 66.90 negative gamma to the downside. We're still trolling around the 67 heavy negative gamma.
Very nice.
And it's
very,
FOMC,
very
dude.
nice.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the only trade
Yeah.
I take today. Like, look at this. We're at a new high of day on MNQ already. Not factoring in pre-market, obviously. The overnight session, we're nowhere near the highs. As you can see, the overnight session had a bit of a bad time. But right now we're vibing.
Yeah,
Don't trade
the
for me
FOMC day is usually almost a hands-off day for me.
They get rocky, man.
It's usually so choppy, and you don't want to get chopped up, especially on the 0 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. My the guy that he kind of helped me find my stride. His name's Nate. You guys have heard of him. If you're in Milt's community, you know him already. He helped me nip a lot of the mental blocks I had with scalping in the bud and helped me tighten up my strategy by trading my strategy and making a shitload of money while I sat on the sidelines and then making fun of me for it. But he will just go ballistic on FOMC days, dude. The wide ranges of risk tolerance he has are insane to me. Like I've said, I'm a very fish for the entries trader. I don't like sitting through drawdown, even if I know I'm right. He will just sit there, bro. He'll go negative 100 points to make like 500 points. And I'm just sitting here incredulous, balking at it. We'll have him on one of the shows eventually because he's a futures trader and a derivatives guy. Long career in it, retired now. Very smart dude. We'll learn a lot from him once I have him on. But the way he can handle drawdown on FOMC days is batshit crazy to me. I could never.
Yeah,
I could never.
It takes some balls to do that. Takes some
And
balls.
just the amount of confidence to know you're right and sit through those wicks, man. I don't have it.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. If I'm in a trade, I'm just focused on that trade, and I can't do anything else.
It very much helps that when I'm scalping, my trades last. I mean, the longest I'll be in a trade's like 15 minutes, man. Like, that's the longest, and that's way on the high side. Usually I'm in a trade for 1 to 3 minutes. Because again, fisherman, scalper. I get my entry. If it didn't work, I cut it. Try again, didn't work, I cut it. Starts working, add to the position, ride that bastard, and then take the whole thing off.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
I can't do tolerant. I have no. My win per. What am I? I think I'm at 1,800
like
on this prop
35%
account
or something.
Yeah, my win rate's like 35-40%. Like, I will take those paper cuts repeatedly and then add to the winners. And it sounds counterintuitive because when you look at options trading, when you look at what I've told people about options trading, you trim into the move. When I'm scalping, I do the opposite. I add into the move. It sounds counterintuitive, but it works for me. And that's another reason why I'm very stern that you do not copy trade the scalping. Because there's a delay between when I say I'm in and when you hear that I'm in. That delay might be enough that I'm out before you hear me say I'm in. Don't shadow, because you might get stuck on the losing end of a trade that I cut after 5 points. Don't do it. Don't copy trade. You can learn the strategy. You can learn how Anthony uses flow, how Jay-Z uses flow, how I use flow, how I use Periscope, how we all use Periscope. You can learn all of that. Just please fight the urge to copy trade. That's not what this is. And you'll probably get hurt even if it works the first few times. End rant. Yeah.
Hey, good rant though.
I was right about that new short setting up, but I unfortunately did not take it, and we're already down 40 points.
Did we dump a little bit? No,
They're trying to kind of posture up a little. If they hold a new local low above 708, I might get baited into a long. We'll see. Which is out of character. For those who are new, I don't usually long. My brain doesn't work when I get in a long. It just shuts off, bro.
Permabear, man. Permabear.
Like, not even, man. Stocks go up. It's just that. When I'm in a long, I'm like... when I'm in a short, I'm just like, all right, dump. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I did find these interesting CLSK calls while you were on your little rant there.
Hit it.
These 417-12 calls here. Oh, we just looks like we had another double hit here.
Double tippy tappy.
kind of far out of the money, but looks like, I mean, everything's kind of coming in here. The first candle here that I was kind of looking at the time looked pretty good. See my IV increase when it comes in here. Again, kind of looking at that timing here too. You have that very similar timing before here. 2 seconds before this one. Can't 100% confirm it's the same person, but logically, I'm going to probably lean it's the same person. I mean, 2 seconds apart, there wasn't anybody else really trading on this on the day already. IV, and so if we're going with that, this is the same person, and I will likely say 99% chance it is. That IV increases here. You have an ascending fill technically, even though it's not marking that, but that's just because that timing's off there. So we're coming up here, IV staying at that 91.85, spots filling at the ask there, timing's all staying the same. This first chunk of stuff here, I would say for sure looks like a buy to open on there. Let's look at the second candle because I have not looked at that yet.
They baited me into a long. I'm taking it. If I lose, I'll give back about 40 of the 109 we made. God, I'm so uncomfortable with longs. I'm going to stick it out, though. Stop out a profit. Go ahead.
Long till wrong, right?
Yeah.
Well,
wrong
for you, it's yeah.
Because I see a short setup too, but the pattern so far has been they're buying these dips, so I'll let it happen.
This one, so second candle again. Flow starts to come in here. You get your IV increase here. Repeated hits. It's a sweep order. Just kind of following us up. Let's see, filling at the ask, IV staying up. So now here you get a small little IV decrease. I like to kind of see what that price is doing when there's an IV decrease like that. So there's not a change in that price on this one. So now you're seeing that IV kind of decrease here at the end, and that price is going up. So to me, that's kind of maybe a possible red flag there. I mean, because if price is going up, that IV should be going up as well too, especially with that spot increasing. Just kind of watching this. So we're at 46. That IV still at that 93, 92. Do we go up at all? So, okay, now we increase here again at the end, and price went up here. So I'm just kind of looking here, still looking good. And our spot price, spot price went up to 47 there. I'd probably lean these are buy to open. I hate when I get those double candles that are smaller than that original candle there.
At least it's not identical in size, showing a quickie.
Yep, yeah, and I mean 41 and they're out at 45. I mean, you don't know what people are doing. Like, hey, maybe they took a very quick 10% there, and I mean, like for me, like on something like this, I mean, more than likely this volume's gonna carry over, barring any other major big candles. But like for me, if I'm seeing this, I'm cautious with my trades and following the flow. Just, I mean, you never know what they're truly doing. Like maybe this person took a very quick 10%. You just never know. I mean, and the thing with that too, I mean, with that IV kind of dropping throughout there, it does come back at the end, but I mean, it starts to get too many questions in that piece of flow for me. We'll see if we can end, because I mean, you can see we're kind of starting to drop down a little bit now too.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they took a quick 10%. They knew it was done moving. I mean, you just never know. You never know what these people know.
Real quick, I'm not loving this right now. The way we're stagnating on the bottom end of this pattern for the long is like the upside down of what I trade to the short. It's a W instead of an M. I don't like that this W stalling out on the right wing of it here. So if we can't clear 747 pretty much on this 1 minute candle, I'm just going to take this off preemptively instead of waiting for it to get to the top of the range of my target at 760. The reason is this stalling, they're not completing this pattern fast enough for me. Like I said, I'm in and out. This is going too slow for what I want. And again, I turn into the biggest pansy when I'm in a long. And so I preemptive stop out all the time. This rejection right here is telling me they're not buying up this dip like they did on the last ones. I'm going to let this 1 minute close and see how the other one opens. If it doesn't shoot straight up and take out the last 1 minute candle to the upside, I'm going to flatten and probably look for a new entry. So now I'm moving my stop to the 1 minute candle we just formed. If they get me, whatever. All right, they got me. I will be back for a new entry if they give it. But you see what I mean there? They're stalling. My EMAs are curling back to the downside. They're not buying that up the way I want them to. So I'm just going to take it off, not wait for it to go to my full stop out. There's no reason to lose money when I see I'm wrong.
Yeah. Hey, you got your short there though, at least.
Yeah, I'm not in it though.
You had it right. See, and that's what probably makes you not want to go along then, because it's like I had this set up proper.
And if you remember when I entered, I said I see the argument for the short, but the pattern's the pattern. I'm going to take it. The pattern wasn't completing, so I just took it off. I only lost like 20 bucks instead of the 50 I would have. Vibing.
And you're still up on the day. That's all that matters. Still green on the day.
Still breathing.
We can take a peek at these DraftKings calls. I haven't looked at these quite yet, so it'll be a little
D-King memes every now and again, doesn't it?
It's such an odd name. I mean, I feel like during sports seasons it should be popping just with all the sports betting and all that, but I mean it doesn't always do that. This one is definitely an opening trade. Those 7,700 contracts at 70 cents. We only had 20 open interest contracts at the time. Haven't looked at the internals of the flow yet though, but let's take a peek here.
Oh, I just got news final. I'm going to put my face on so y'all can see my disappointment.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I just got news. So for those who don't know what I was bitching about yesterday, we got door dinged in the parking lot of the grocery store yesterday. It scratched the shit out of the door of our car. And my girlfriend just took it to get a quote before I start filing reports to get it taken care of. I have their license plate number and everything. The grocery store is going to give me camera footage. We ain't paying for this. But in the estimate, they said they can buff and paint match and it won't be a perfect match. And guys, I'm OCD as shit. If that thing's even a shade different, it's going to drive me more insane than the scratch.
Oh God,
so if that's true, and I can't like call them and be like, are you sure you can't, you sure you can't work with production at Mazda and like get me the actual paint, bro? Oh, come on.
That's odd to me. They can't get the original paint color. My car got hit before too.
That like mica coloring shit. It's the
we have the little
CX-30.
paint chips.
Yeah. So I get it, man. Fuck.
They match.
I'm gonna have like
perfectly.
a little. It's like a dark blue that shines like purplish and blackish and greenish in the right light, and it's just gonna have like one little patch of like turquoise. Just
I think they're BSing you because they did that to my car. They matched it perfectly with the chips and everything.
Oh, I hope
they're BSing you.
We'll figure it out. I ain't paying for it either way. I'm just. I was having such a good day yesterday. We go to the grocery store and the car next to us, people walk inside. My girlfriend's like, that lady was bent over looking over the side. And I was like, that's not good. Well, shit.
Well, time to go on Judge Judy.
Yeah.
She can't paint it, and yeah, it's
man, damn it.
She'll get you good. She'll get you good. I'll get you the hookup.
You're gonna have
her.
that one door. Yeah, man.
Oh, that would suck.
Brian says move to the June futures contract. You're not right. Most of the prop firms just do it themselves. So I just stay on it until they do it. When I'm on TradingView, it auto assigns it anyway because I trade the continuous contract on TradingView, and whatever prop firm I'm using on it, it auto updates. On my cash account, I update it early on my own. That's another thing that buddy of mine I told you about that mentored me through my troubles. Was to once that contract is recent, move it. It helps with the volatility and that's true. But prop firms tend to do it manually. And before y'all get started, the two accounts I've been tracking for the last 2 weeks have been prop accounts because of the issue we had with the broker that our cash account was on. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't condone prop accounts. They're good for learning. Just know that prop accounts profit off of failure, and that's their main business plan, period. They will all say they're bringing traders up to make both of them money, but that 90-10 split doesn't make them anywhere near the amount of money people churning and failing prop accounts make them. So keep that in mind. Don't fall into a gambling addiction of it. I'm going to have a whole spiel episode about trading with a bad mental in the next few weeks here and show you what I did last year when I started fucking up real bad. And show receipts, and it's ugly. And that's what can happen with prop accounts. So just know they make their money off of failure. Force yourself to stick to rules like I've been forcing these $300 maximum days for the last 2 weeks that I've been tracking on Twitter. I don't condone prop accounts, but I do believe using them as a tool as a beginner, if you don't have capital, is a sound thing to do, as long as your goal is to take those payouts and put them on your own cash account eventually and not trade fake capital for someone else. End rant.
I will tell you, I have never used a prop account.
If you don't need it, you don't need it. There's no reason
Yep.
to. If you got your cash account, roll it. We'll be back on the cash account for the show once it's all set up again. Don't worry. I do trade props on the side, but that's why you're not seeing the name of the prop account. They don't pay me for it, and I'm not going to give anybody free promotion on Unusual Whales, baby.
Especially when they just want to take your money.
Everyone wants to take your money, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So, yeah, these DraftKings calls now.
Yeah, D-King, back on that.
These are interesting to me. We start out at the bid. This is our first trade on the day, so size, contracts traded 2. We can see that volume's only 2. That's our first trade of the day. Just kind of following this up. So we're filling at the bid here, and then you see that bid ask shrink. So that bid turns into the ask here, and you see that IV kind of drop here as well. And then you kind of see on that bigger size and premium here, that IV kind of dropping here towards the end. And then that IV really drops here on the big size and premium. And then you kind of have some tailing off flow. I don't think any of this is related. I am not a fan of that IV dropping there almost 3 times there within that flow. Actually, yeah, it is once, twice, 3 times there. Then, I mean, you do have some 100 size trades kind of coming in here. I mean, hard to know if it's related. Again, just kind of with all the screen time, I mean, based off the size, and there was no open interest on this contract before. I mean, it's probably related. I'm not a big fan of it. The tape's a little muddy on something like this here. I almost would like to say there's short calls there, just with that big IV drop there, and that's almost a coin flip analysis there, where there's just too many moving parts within that piece of flow, and you can always find another better piece of flow. You don't need to make every single piece of flow fit your narrative to trade it. Like, just be patient and wait for a good piece of flow. And I do have
don't do that shit where you take data and form a conclusion that's not there. Don't even risk it. Like, if you don't know what the hell's going on, don't even bother. That's my take.
I love doing
that's just
that.
how I do it. Yeah, I love doing that.
Dang it! There goes my weekend plans.
Yeah. Well, Tucker, it's okay. It's okay. Maybe next week.
Okay.
Like
yay.
these, like these, like these hood calls from Monday.
Hood is just even at 76, way down from highs. It's laughing at me, calling it at 11 and not taking a position.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dumb, bro.
I mean, you don't need I mean, hey, I told you about my Palantir free shares that I had in Webull that I sold at like $10 a share. So I mean, don't feel too bad.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm taking a small short tight stop right above this current high. If I don't get it, oh well, we're still up for the day.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, go ahead. You can dissect Hood.
I mean,
I'll update this trade after the fact, but I'm just gonna flash on screen that I'm in it so they don't think I'm a lying ass bitch. All right,
so these hood calls came in on Monday, so it's we're looking back at them. They're not live, so nobody trail that. But I mean, like, you don't need 1,000 pieces of flow. You just need 2-3 solid pieces a week, and I mean that's all you really need. And you see your IV pop when it comes in.
And honestly, it's kind of all you're gonna get, because most flow is garbage. Marry that ideal because it's true. Most flow is nothing.
Yep. Your spot's filling with the ask here. IV stays up. Like, you can see, this one's a lot more calm. It's not, that spot's not jumping all over. IV's not jumping all over the place. Looks good. And this flow actually moved kind of that same day from that 145, and it had a quick pop up to 171, and I believe about half of that carried over. So I think possibly that whale may have carried some over there, maybe a little of their position. But I mean, you just see that move there, and this is enough time to even secure profits on something like this. Even that same day, you're up from 145 to 169, 170, 171. that's a solid return. I'm not going to do the math in my head on the percent there. It's probably a little over 25%.
Just pull out your phone. Pull
or
JC.
so.
Just pull the phone out, boy. You got this. You got it.
That's yeah. No. My phone is actually hidden to the side because I'm trying to spend time in here. I'm not spending time with my phone. My phone is not my date for this. You guys are my dates, and that's gonna get roasted very.
And I was
badly
feeling
now.
cute this morning
Aw.
too. I was feeling cute, so this works out.
But yeah, I mean, and even if you swing these overnight, they're trading at 220, and you know they're short term. Like, take some profit on them. Like, you don't need to be in just because the whale's still in. And what else did we have? These APLDs yesterday looked pretty. Oops. Again, another pretty decent one there. I mean, 169 and they trade up to 203. Like, I'm throwing a stop on something like this. Like, just because that whale's still in doesn't mean you need to be in. And again, another good example.
Say that line again.
Just because the whale's still in doesn't mean you need to still be in.
Yes.
Yep.
I got stopped out of that, but it gave me an instant entry, so I'm still in basically the same trade.
Good job.
Like I said, I fish the entries, baby. We take small paper cuts, add into winners. I'll keep posted. Let's see that APLD.
And this one, again, I mean, when I show my flow, and I post a lot of my flow videos on Twitter too, like a little selfish promotion there. Well, I mean, you look at all my flow, and most of it, that IV is all at least going to be the same or increasing, and that spot is all filling. Like, this is a very clean look compared to some of that other flow that we were looking at, where it's filling at the ask, IV's not popping around all over the place. And when it does pop around, I do kind of like to look at the size of what's making that trade. I mean, if it's one contract and it's 169 bucks out of a $500,000 trade, that's probably not a significant chunk of that trade to be kind of doing that. But yeah, I mean, and like yesterday, I mean, I traded some of these yesterday, and 169 up to 203. I mean, I'm throwing a stop on. That's a quick intraday move. I don't care if this whale still has time on these. I see profit. I'm going to take profit. A solid profit, I'll say. I don't think I have the Avgo. These Avgo short puts here kind of looked good to me yesterday too.
I am out of that short.
And there you go. And so, like, with the short puts and then buying the calls, you're looking at that opposite. So you want that IV to essentially be decreasing that spot to be at the bid. And this is probably a good piece of textbook looking flow. Again, there's still plenty of time on this for anything to happen, but your IV starting out that 5801, and you just see that IV in or decrease. See, I'm so used to buying calls and puts where you see it increasing. No, that IV is decreasing. It's a repeated hits descending fill. You see that fill descending here, and you're filling at the bid. This looks like a short put there, and just kind of using that knowledge of the market too. I mean, these are 22% out of the money. As long as Avgo does not go below 250, this whale will profit. So I always say, like, the puts are neutral to bullish, and then selling calls would be neutral to bearish, because Avgo could just stick at 320.59 here for 22 days, obvious, or 37 days, sorry. But I mean, it's more than likely not going to. But if it did, this whale's still going to profit. And if you're new, I always tell people, pop that in the profit calculator here and just kind of look at that delta, the theta. It's a very low delta, and that theta is a little higher there. And as you get closer to expiration, that theta is going to increase, so it's going to eat those contracts away a lot quicker. And you can just always pop it up in that table view, and you just see, I mean, that current price, if we don't move at all from here, you just start seeing that contract deteriorate really quick there. I'll sometimes switch it to the short put, but I just leave it on the long put, just so it's a little easier for new people to kind of understand, because you start thinking inverse then when it's short put there. I just show you, like, if you were actually long this put, this is how it's getting ate away. So somebody shorting that put, somebody is expecting that name to go up. So if it's sitting like that, you're looking, theta's your friend on selling contracts. That's the pretty much summary there. I don't know where I was going with at the end there. I was thinking, and then I
you brought
caught
it home.
my
You
phone.
brought it home.
I caught my phone going off in the corner of my eye, so I was like, what's going on there? But yeah, no, I mean, it's and that's the thing too. Like I'll see a lot of people say, "Oh, they're shorting puts, buy calls." Like, no, don't do that. It doesn't have to go up.
I'm just going to flash on screen quick, so I'm about to take off the second part of this position and be done with this account for the day. I caught the short on this rejection up here, my stop. I added into the move once we broke below. Already trimmed the first half of it, and I'm about to cut this one because, as you can see, I'm coming near my profit target for the day of total. Wait for this. If this candle breaches its high on the 30-second time frame, I'm cutting it out because this long candle wick got bought up. I'm trailing this to the 1 minute as we go. And again, even if I'm right and this goes back to my full target, I got to take this off and switch accounts. And we're out. Let's fucking go, dude.
There you go.
2 for 3, 300 and done, baby. We're done with that account.
There you go.
All right, you can finish your stuff. I'll quit interrupting. What we got on Walmart?
But I was done. So
okay.
You're good. You're good.
Go!
I was looking at these Walmart calls that just hit. They are very, very short term. They expire this week. 1% out of the money. Very small multi-leg. I don't like seeing all that net put premium on it. So this whale is kind of responsible for that pump in that little net call premium, and just kind of
that's a really important thing to look at too. Tucker, if you can pull up on the Unusual Whales YouTube and spam a link for the homies, just type in Unusual Whales JBLU net premium, and the video should come up.
JBLU net premium,
and it should come up somewhere. It just explains the caveats of marrying yourself to net premiums, and why sometimes
it's on the YouTube.
Ideal. Yeah.
Okay.
And if not, I'll dig it up here in a second.
Not seeing anything come up.
Well,
JBLU. Did I type that in?
Yeah, J Blue. Maybe I didn't put it in the title. I'll find it here in a second.
Good job.
Continue.
Come on.
Sorry.
No, let's just blame Tucker. He doesn't know how to spell.
No, I can spell 4 letters. That's your ass that can't do that.
Yeah. Hey, it's early. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Oh wow, I found it. It's
Miller supported
shut up.
tariffs.
I don't care.
Oh.
Yeah, now my dog's losing his shit. I found it. 1 sec. As you all listen to my boy Chase scream at my girlfriend get home. With bad news about the paint on our fucking car! No! Alright, I'm gonna mute myself. You guys are gonna hear it, they won't. And I'll just drop this link. Oh, and Tucker, if you get bored, can you fix the title of this video? I didn't put a space between important and things.
Sure. Oh, you're the one you're sending now? Okay, yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, I did. It's because of the emojis. Google made it seem weird. Never mind. It's fine.
No, that's fine. Okay, I got it.
Way to do the grunt work, Tucker. Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, it was.
Tucker,
I'm really
our little
happy to help
pencil-
everyone.
And let me
Our
tell
little
you, he
pencil
grunts
pusher.
while he does it, if you know what I mean.
What the hell?
Our little pencil pusher, Tucker. Good boy. Good boy, Tucker.
Yeah, glad to help. You know,
We'll give you a little screen time early.
Oh wow, guys!
as a treat.
Real
Nice.
quick, Anthony, look how far it knifed beneath my target.
Yeah, this shit does not say JBLU
Oof.
anywhere in the title or description.
Yeah, I love that. Is that?
Yeah, that's
oh
6 feet.
damn! I used NVIDIA as the. It's the art. That's what it. Okay, I'll send you another link so you can see I'm not crazy. I wrote
Yeah,
an
that
article.
6685 was your level 2, wasn't it?
I wrote an article about.
Oh,
JBLU.
I actually did look that up. The net premium thing. How to interpret net premium? No, that's different.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. It's a how to use article that explains the caveats. That's my bad. This one has
Gotcha.
AMD and JBlue for examples. There we go. Okay, I'm not crazy. We've come full circle. Lydia Dig asks, is Anthony single?
No, I'm not. Sorry.
He fucking
No.
hesitated. Hold
No.
up. Hold
No.
up.
Oh,
Hold the phone.
Oh, hold on.
He hesitated. Oh,
Well, no, I was
shit.
listening. I was listening to the name that you said, and then I had to pop over to the YouTube chat, and I know who this person is that is
okay.
asking.
That doesn't say Lydia. It says LTYA.
LT.
Yeah, LTYA, Lydia.
No, it's
Let-
supposed to be.
let-
It's
yeah.
supposed to be LT. You dig?
Nah, nah,
It-
nah,
it's
nah, nah,
it-
nah,
it's
nah, nah,
this
nah, nah,
this
nah,
is
nah,
one of
nah.
my this is
I
one
like
of my
mine so much
gaming-
better because it's so much more incriminating for you when your partner sees this. It's so much
she
more
ain't
incriminating.
gonna watch this shit. She ain't gonna watch this. I promise you.
Phenom
Why don't
asked
we
if
get
we
back
saw...
on track? Phenom63 says,
Yeah.
"Did you guys see CLSK 12 call on April 17th?" Let me pull that
Yeah,
up.
Anthony did talk about that one earlier in the show, but if you want, you can just do a bird's eye view look at it. I'm going to be looking at a new scalp entry for the account I just switched to since we hit target on
yeah, we
account
can
A.
go back. We can go back and take a peek at that. I just wanted to finish touching up on this Walmart one here
Yeah,
too.
yeah, go ahead. That we keep
Little-
rudely interrupting the shit out of him on. We're still on the net premium conversation, and we've had 7 topics since.
Oh yeah, I mean it's hey, be as random as you want, but yeah, this so interesting here when it's coming in. We see the IV increase. Spot is filling at the ask here. So we have a little decrease in that IV at the end here on about 31 contracts. So we do.
All right, I'm in that
How far
short
are these
type
out of the
stop.
money?
24665
again-
is my full target on NQ. Okay, finish Walmart. I'll shut the hell up. I'll update the
No,
trade
you're
when I'm
good.
done.
You're good. I do see some kind of, and I always kind of like to look at the flow after the fact too, just to kind of see if there's similar timing and all that. And I am seeing some similar timing here. It's kind of giving me some conflicting flags on this one. I mean, you have that Ivy. Ooh, I hit my
Yeah, you did.
mic thing there. Whoa, ooh, that's probably Tucker in the corner getting a little excited, but
Yippee!
Grunting. He's grunting again.
I actually had my my mic muted, so that was not me.
yeah, it was me. I actually literally swatted that thing really bad. Yeah, that Ivy kind of drops there at the end. I just don't like how short term it. Oh, go back here. Short term it is. I mean, it's only 1% out of the money, but we are seeing a lot of put premium on the day too. Again, kind of a one I'd consider more risky there. This is 9% of that total premium though, so it's a decent chunk of that premium, but it's not a massive amount. Again, like you said earlier, Nick, a lot of that flow, about I'd say 90% of the flow you look at, it's going to be kind of junkier. It's going to have questions in there. So yeah, I mean, questionable on this one. Very short term. They're not far out of the money, and FOMC can move us a lot this afternoon. Again, little piece of riskier flow
and the
there.
first move can often be the wrong move. Like it gets messy, man. I'm even
Yep.
like you're seeing right now in the trades I've taken live today. I'm even cautious in the morning beforehand because you're like waiting to see where buyers are pushing shit, if they have the strength. Because I mean, it's widely believed we're not going to see a cut, right? Like that will not surprise the market. I don't think we're going to have an FOMC surprise personally. We'll find out when I'm doing the FOMC panel on unusual whales later today. But I would be remiss if we get a surprise of any kind. And the market likes knowing things. It'll just be a matter of which way they priced in beforehand. And I don't want to be on the wrong side of that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So the CLSK one for Phenom here, and then I have a request as well too that I'm gonna pull up here after this. So the
I'll just leave it on your screen while I
CLSKs.
get stopped out of this trade, probably.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Give the people what they want. This
Failure.
was this one was interesting. That first candle, you had that IV increase here, and they filled the ask. We did have that second candle come in here, and that IV was a little funky. Let's go find it again in here. That IV was kind of a little funky in here, where it was kind of up, then it was decreased a little bit, then it came back up. So this was kind of a hand toss flow there, coin flip flow. Probably buy to open on them, just with all that call premium coming up here, and this single chain here is 64% of the total volume on the day too. So it's a significant piece of volume. I just said I kind of didn't like how you had that candle come in. It's only excuse me, a 300 size difference here
I
from
added to that short. Keep going.
There you go. 300 different size candle here. So, I mean, odds are they're probably adding to the position. I was just kind of talking about personally, I don't like kind of seeing different size candles come in. You don't know. Maybe they took a quick 10% gain and got out. You just never know. Like, again, it sucks to kind of wait, but like this, I would be waiting for that open interest tomorrow. More than likely, it's going to probably carry over, barring any other big candles, but I I would lean buy to open on those. Just kind of seeing everything else kind of going on here. And the other request I got here, let me pop this up here. It was the Circle puts.
Circle came up last week too.
Yeah, Circle is always an interesting one. So it looks like I call these block trades when they come in. Usually, whenever you see that little block or bag, whatever you want to call it,
Well, that bag
usually
literally means confirmed new position.
Yep, yep. So usually when it comes in like that, you usually see it kind of come in a big size like that. So I consider that a block trade there. I like seeing data before and after. So this one you do have data before and after, and you see that IV increase when it comes in. Spot's not filling right at the ask, but it's a little wider bid ask spread here. We're more on the ask side here. I'd probably lean these or buy to open there. I'd prefer to see that spot coming in right at the ask there, but it's a little wider bid ask spread there. I would like to bet that they're buy to open on here. How far are these out of the money? Let's go back and look. 2% out of the money. Yeah, they're probably buy to open there. Again, I'm not a big fan of those block trades there, and like let's see if I can find another one here, like these IBM puts here. So you're seeing it's one of those buy to open, sell to open contracts there. And I bet you if we look at this, it's going to be all in one chunk here. Oh, well, that shut me up there. That wasn't all in one chunk there.
And we're out of that trade. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, there you go. See, look at that. You're what, 3 for 4 on the day now?
You're damn tootin'. I'm almost done with both
There.
accounts too. We're vibing. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead. I'm gonna
hey.
shut the hell up. I'm gonna go grab a water and let you keep being smart while I keep doing the dumb shit on the side.
Hey, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Anthony, while he's gone, if you want to check out this thing that Joodle Bob just mentioned in the Twitter chat, the Snap $6 call for 417.
Yeah, let me do that. Snap $6 call 417.
Yep.
So we have a lot of previous open interest on this one already. That 5,000 contracts fits into that 93,000. So the way I kind of like to think about this is, it's an opening trade when that volume. If this one big candle, the 5,000 candle, and we only had like 20 open interest contracts, it's an opening trade 100%. I don't know for sure if this is an opening trade. Now, if I pop this back to 60 days, you see all this other volume in here. I don't know what's really going on here. A lot of contracts kind of changing hands here, and we can take a peek at the open interest here. So it looks like the big chunks of volume started to kind of come in here on the 26th, and you just kind of see it adding there, and then you start seeing big size and big volume coming in here intraday, and just not big changes in that open interest. So, I mean, we had 13,000 there. I mean, you're getting that volume and there's changes in that open interest. There's just too much kind of noise on this one. Let's look at the candle, though, just to kind of see what it's showing. And it's very... How far is this thing out of the money? 29% out of the money. Your fill here isn't the best either. So you're filling at 5. I almost would consider this a mid-fill there. So I like having this fill versus spread on here too. It gives you that kind of nice visualization there of where that fill is too. So if you're not a big math person, kind of like me, I can just kind of look at this and say, okay, it's filling at 5 there. That bid ask is 2 to 7. It's almost a mid-fill there. It's slightly on the ask side there, but it's almost more of a mid-fill there. And just kind of knowing it's only 50 or 5,000 contracts there, and we have 90,000 or 93,000 open contracts. I would probably lean away from something like this, and I do want to just kind of take a peek in here too. So I mean, you do have a good kind of Greeks on the contract there. I mean, your deltas. I personally like seeing that delta in the twos there. So for every dollar move
Order
that
filled.
stock makes, that delta would increase on the contract, or that your contract would increase by that delta. And delta and all these Greeks are changing all the time. So I mean, that delta, if Snap goes up, let's just say 50 cents, that delta is going to start increasing. The closer you get to the money, the closer that, or the higher that delta gets. And your delta will always max out at like 0.98 or some very high number, and you're really deep in the money at that point. But the good thing about this contract is that theta. There is not a lot of theta decay on that, but keep in mind that your contract is only priced at 5 cents. So it's a very small looking contract on something like that. So like if I was going to trade Snap here, like let's just say your flow looked really good, you really like this contract. I'm looking for a better moving contract. So these are the 417s there. So I just want to look at that chain here. So if we're looking at the 417, I'm probably going to get maybe like the 5 call or a 4 call, something where you're going to see more bang for your buck there. And again, just kind of going back to that delta, those Greeks there, like this delta here, you can see it's a 0.38 move. So if Snap moves 38, or not $38, that's insane. If Snap moved, let's just say a buck on those, you're going to get at least 38 cents added onto that contract. Now, with those being so far out, like look at the 7 call here. I mean, it's a very small delta. Like you don't have a lot of time decay, but you're not getting that bang for the buck on those contracts there. If that makes a little sense there. But yeah, sorry to kind of go long-winded on that one. But yeah, this one, just with it being so far out of the money and all that open interest on there, and it kind of being that essentially almost a midfill, I'll call it pretty much a midfill there. I would probably say no on these ones. But again, I mean, make your own decisions. If you really, really like something, just because I say I don't like it doesn't mean that it's bad. There's plenty of times where I see super good flow and it doesn't move my way. And
oh god, you're gonna miss so many more trades than you hit.
Yeah, we are dumping, man.
Oh, just real quick, I'm gonna try to get this to. I'm gonna try to take a screenshot here so I don't promote the prop firm this is on. But I'm just showing once again we're taking these $300 days and that's it, and stopping. I'm just showing once again you don't need a crazy ass win rate to be profitable. This account is only a 42% win rate. I'm losing 6 out of 10 trades, but I'm still profitable. The account started at a balance of 25,000. We're at almost 27 with a 42% win rate. So all these jabronis on the internet being like, oh, 95% win rate. Who gives a shit, dude? A, they're probably lying. By probably, I mean almost guaranteed to be lying. If you have a 95% win rate, it's because you took 8 trades in your lifetime and stopped and happened to hit 7 of them. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't it. That's not a thing. Winners just got to outweigh the losers, man. And that's why I keep my stops so damn tight and target longer distances and add to winners when I'm scalping. Doesn't work as well with options. We learned that on the Whale Watch Options account, where I doubled the account overnight and then blew it up the next day. It's harder with the Greeks, but again, you don't, there's no 142%. You know what I mean? 42% is fine. It's fine if you're profitable. It comes down to your risk tolerance. Mine's really low, so I take baby losses over and over again and hit the bigger wins. Fine.
Your wins have to your winners have to outweigh your losers.
And
so I mean,
just like that whole notion of you can't go broke taking profit. Yes, you fucking can.
Yes, you can.
If you're taking profit, if you're taking $2 wins. Profit, and you're taking profit, but if you lost $150 on your last 10 trades, you're still losing. Like, you can go broke taking profit. It's managing your downside is more important than targeting upside, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's what I've been living by, and it has saved my ass from blowing accounts up. Because Anthony can probably attest, we've all blown accounts up.
Yep. And if somebody says they haven't, they're probably lying to you.
Or they're brand the fuck new. Or they're brand new.
And then they will probably agree with you very shortly.
Just give it a week.
I mean, like I mean, I always think of it. It's like if you're going to school, like you're paying a tuition. Just don't pay a very high tuition.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I mean, when
You're
I
paying
started,
the market for information when you're wrong.
Yep.
Just make
Yep.
sure
I
you're
mean,
not
like,
paying more than you can afford.
I mean,
Like I did last year. Oh boy.
yeah,
Oh boy.
I mean, there's people when they start out, like I've had people like ask me, they're like, "Oh, I'm starting out with a $50,000 account. What should I do?" I'm like, you should probably
You should park
very
90% of it in the high yield
Yeah.
high yield savings account and practice with like
Yeah.
1,000 of it. Like,
Yep. I mean, like when I
that's
started
also
trading,
again
yep.
that's also when we started the Whale Watch account. We took a $1,000 account to about 5,000 before the broker kind of screwed us with 1,000 to prove you don't need a huge bankroll to start doing this. You don't need a huge bankroll to take little profits here and there and have a little side gig running. You don't. Anthony, you were probably working full time when you first started trading. Oh, he's gonna say something. He's gonna say something telling. I think he had to think about it for a second.
Yes.
He was, oh, this piece of shit.
Yes,
this guy. But no, I was. Jay-Z was. Milt still is. I think I still am. It's a side gig. A side gig can become a full-time job.
It's extra money.
Like we've been targeting
money.
again on these prop accounts while we're waiting on my cash account to get reset up. We've been targeting $300 a day and stopping. That's a salary, bro. Even if you lose a few days and your average comes out to 200, 250, that's a salary. You don't, not no swing for the fences bullshit. Like you can do some nice damage to the market with a small amount of money if you manage your risk well and you don't marry yourself to your ideas. When you think you're right and you're wrong, it doesn't matter how right you are. The market's going to make you wrong until you're right, and I promise you will run out of money before the market does. Way faster.
The market does not care about your $500 loss. That is not even a drop in the bucket. Not even close to a drop in the bucket.
And let me tell you, the market doesn't care about your $20,000 loss either.
Nope.
We'll get to that when
somebody staked it.
We'll get to that when we have our emotional trading episode, because the market don't give a shit. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it does. And if you sit there, I still remember one of the. I was trading 0 DTEs, and this was when I was a little newer of a trader. It was the Friday before.
Just
bad if you're not.
They'll make you feel like a god for 2 days, and then humble you in the most dramatic, violent fashion.
Yeah, I tried trading. It was before Christmas. I think it was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but it was a full day on a Friday, and it was before a holiday, and I'm just like, average down, average down, average down, average down, and I was just like, yeah, that was not very smart, but it's a lesson, and I mean, it's gonna happen to everybody. You just have to treat it as a lesson.
Cheaper.
And yeah, that was not a fun lesson. I did get a request to on sells here. I don't want to.
Right. Go ahead and hit sells, and then we'll probably wrap up because, like I said, I do have FOMC today, so we got to cut it a little short. But now I'll say that at the end. Go ahead and do CELH.
That's fine.
And then I'll tell them the little treat we'll give them on Friday.
Cool. Oh, we're gonna treat it Friday. Oh, I didn't even know that. Cool. Yeah. So this came from Rich Dog here. So IV spikes when these come in. Spot is filling at the ask here. IV stays up that entire time. Looks pretty good. The only thing that I'd be a little cautious about, obviously you're already down 5% on the day. I'm not huge on chasing flow. I would probably lean these or buy to open, though. We do have some volume after here, 500 contracts. I just want to take a peek at these, see how they look. Let's just take a quick look-see poo here. Again, I mean, they're coming in at the mid, and I hate when it does that bid-ask here, and it's the same exact thing, because it always kind of throws a wrench in it for me there. I like seeing the perfect textbook flow in something like this when it's a neutral trade like that. It's just, I don't like it. I would, again, I mean, just kind of based off the data here, though, I would probably lean their buy to open, just knowing with that first chunk of flow looked a lot better there. Again, just one of those things. Do you want to chase something that's already down almost 5 1/3% there? And this one is also 45% of that total premium. So it's a big chunk of premium coming in there. And they're only 4% out of the money. So not too far. I mean, again, if you're a momentum trader, that could be possibly something that I'd look for there.
And if you're someone
I
like
like
me, I tend to Jay-Z. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I haven't traded flow full time since 2021 when I started working at Unusual Whales. And if I'm being honest, 90% of the affiliates we have and the ones I have on the show, like Anthony here, like Jay-Z who co-hosts when it's not Anthony, they're better at trading flow than I am. And that's why I rarely disagree with them when they give a read. Sometimes I do, and I'll voice that. They'll acknowledge it. We'll just move on. But usually I don't have any disagreements, and that's why I've been kind of letting them just do all of the flow reviews because they're really good at it. So when these guys talk, definitely listen. I've seen Anthony get shafted before. It happens. Every trader's gonna be prolifically wrong at some point, and we make fun of ourselves when it happens because we've been hit big enough where it's not worth laughing at before. So it's you take those losses and move on. But like they're better at flow than me. I'll just keep scalping my Periscope, baby. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
And you got to keep in mind too, these are people. This isn't a slot machine. This isn't it's hitting every little button. It's gonna absolutely work out. Like no, there's plenty of times, and I've got one example here. Like
I mean, we see massive premiums go to zero all the time. You have no idea what that trader's doing unless you are that trader.
Yep. I mean, look at this one. This is one that I actually posted on Twitter here, I think, a couple weeks ago. I mean, this Rocket Lab whale came in. I mean, they popped very quickly up from that 516, and if I'm in a trade, I'm watching that trade. I'm not just I'm clicking and walking away. Like no, I'm going to be watching that trade, or at least if you have to walk away, like set a stop. But I mean, 516 up to 584, like it's a quick move, but you're seeing profits. Like throw a stop on or something, and you just never know what these whales are doing too. Because like again, these came in on the 6th. That whale held that entire drawdown. They might have added a little bit, yes, or on the 16th there yesterday. It looks like probably passed them off there, but they came back from the dead. Like, should you be holding them down from that 516 to that 245? Like, I mean,
yeah, these guys got probably upwards of $1 billion or more in equity. So these 50 million things, that's nothing to them. So like they like he's saying, they can hold indefinite drawdown and probably not give a shit. So and that's why he was saying earlier at the top of the show, just because the whale's in doesn't mean you should still be. Like trade your own damn rules. Use this as a tool and for guidance, but don't do exactly what the flow that you saw is doing. You don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, like, I mean, and if you see profits, throw a stop on. Like, I always say, like, when I'm getting towards that 10% profit, I'm at least throwing something on break even. Like, 10% doesn't sound like a lot, but if you consistently hit that 10, 15%, and you're not, I mean, if you're up 15% and you let that trade go down 50%, like, that's not a good trade. And just kind of back to those Rocket Labs, like, these look perfect to me. I mean, that spot is filling at the ask, that IV increases when it comes in. No big, a little change there. So, I mean, possibly, but your IV comes back up and it's filling at the ask. So, I mean, and that little drop there is only 1 cent below the ask. So, I mean, I feel like if you ask any flow reader about this, they're going to say, oh, yeah, that looks like a buy to open. And you just never know. It could be part of a bigger trade. And
they could be
I always
short
go back
20 million shares. Like, you don't fucking know.
Yep.
And that's the thing, too. Like, even with that context, that doesn't make it not good flow. Because, yeah, it might be a hedge. Any piece of flow you see might be a hedge. But the thing is, if big money's hedging, there's a reason for it, right? They might let those go to zero eventually. But in the short term, it's protection for whatever their other position is. If that's the case, you could still play that. Like, somebody could be short a shitload of shares expecting short-term volatility for upside, so they'll buy calls to offset that. It's perfectly normal to see that shit go to zero because their main position is the short. It's still playable. It's just another factor to keep in mind so you're not sitting in a trade that initially won and then blew up in your face just because the whale was still in.
Yep. And again, you just never know. Like, I had this come in last week. Like, usually I'll show you that IWM one where it doesn't show its multi-leg, but it probably is. Like, we had a good GM one from last week. Again, look at that similar timing. You have a call and a put coming in here. Same expiration. obviously different fill. They're very similar sizing. They're not the same size. So I mean, you look at this, and this is why I'll always keep calls and puts on my feed too. If you just had calls on here, you're not seeing that put come in here, and like right away I mean, this should catch your eye. It's the same exact second here that it's coming in. Now, again, if you look at that flow internally there, it's showing it's multi-leg 0%. So if you just have calls on your flow feed, you're missing out that other piece of flow there where it's not saying it's connected, but it potentially is. And I keep that net premium chart open too. I mean, again, those came in at the same second. This is something that should be catching your eye when you see that those spiking at the same time. Like, hey, is there a spread coming in here and I don't see it or something there? I mean, like this is something that catches my eye instantly there. But just kind of my spiel on following whales off a cliff, pretty much. I mean, you just if you see profits, take profits. Like you said, it's a tool to help you find where there might be some unusual movement coming in on a certain name. You just never fully know what they're doing, and it's not a casino. It's not a slot machine where everything's hitting. I'm gonna full port the mortgage on this. Like no, you need to be smart. You need to manage your risk appropriately. Now I know there's people that will maybe trade something all the way to zero, but I'm not a big fan of doing that. I'm
not that guy. I know sometimes Jay-Z, especially with earnings, when he's doing his earnings shit, like you'll see him sometimes post like 1,000% gainer. Just know, back to what Anthony was saying about his 10 to 20% targets, Jay-Z does that too. You're not seeing him take 1,000% on a full position. Those are very, very, repeat again, very fucking lucky runners. That's not his whole position. That's not what he intends to do when he enters these positions. He just hopes for it. These guys, they're full-time traders. They're taking their profits consistently at that 10 to 20% mark and leaving runners for the home run. Generally, if you are up decently on a position, and if you're not taking like 80% of that position off, or at least enough to cover the cost of the position, so if it goes to zero, you don't lose, in my opinion, you're kind of playing it a little too unsafe. But again, I'm very, very low risk tolerance over here. Very low risk tolerance. But that's just
earnings,
my take.
MU tonight. MU earnings tonight. I wish Jay-Z was here so he could go over MU
he's the earnings jabroni.
But...
But all right, guys.
Slacker.
After our little spiel there, I'm gonna put Tucker's face on the spot again here. Flip us over to the 3 cam. Like I said, we have to cut it short today because I have FOMC in a couple hours here. So if you're not already paying attention to the Unusual Whales Twitter account, do that. It'll be in the form of a space with a panel of macroeconomic experts. I'll be discussing FOMC with them, how the economy's looking, some global economic bullshit. It'll be pretty good. I always learn a lot on those. I'm definitely the dumb guy in the room when we do those. That'll be happening in just about 2 hours. I think it starts at 12:55 Eastern. Other than that, I know we kind of bailed on you guys on Monday, so we're gonna do a little special treat on Friday. We'll do an Into the Weekend flow show, and I'll probably torture Anthony and make him come in. I may or may not be taking scalps on Friday. We'll see. I'll play it by ear. Usually Fridays are my worst day. And last week on Fridays when I had that internet outage that made me redo 2 days of profit. And so I'm feeling a little skittish on Fridays. So we'll play that by ear. But regardless, we'll be doing flow reviews. We'll answer questions about the site, about the tools. Maybe Tucker will slip some nip. We'll play that by ear too.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get ready for that. I didn't know I was going to be required to do that, but you know.
Well, Jay-Z never wore his bikini, so I mean, somebody's got to do it. It's not going to be me.
Bikini so bad that would go so hard. I'm just saying, it would be amazing if I did this show in a bikini. But that said, guys, we're gonna get the hell out of your hair. Stay tuned for FOMC in just 2 hours, and then we'll also be streaming the audio feed of Jerome Powell's presser right here on Twitter. On YouTube, we'll have the video of it, so you can pick your poison there. It'll be in both places, whatever. The YouTube video version will have some flow, the SPY chart, and net premiums on the screen. Nothing any different than Twitter, so if you just want to listen into the panel on Twitter. It's not going to make any difference. Other than that, we will see you guys Friday. TBD on time. Maybe we'll do power hour to go straight into the weekend. Maybe we'll do morning to keep it consistent. I don't know, man. Just pay attention. You'll see it get tweeted out before we go live and hop in and give us some shit. But other than that, folks, I'll see you at FOMC in 2 hours. And if not then, I'll see you on Friday for a little treat flow stream where we'll talk some shit and have some fun into the weekend. Maybe let's do Power Hour. Maybe we'll have like a Friday flow beer or something. Let's do Power Hour. Power Hour Friday, guys. That's what we're gonna do.
Friday beers.
Yeah, Friday.
Power Hour beers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna fuck off. Catch you guys in a few hours. Thanks for kicking it with us this morning, and thanks for keeping the chat popping too, and making fun of Anthony. We need more. Of that. We need more of that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Catch you soon.
Have a good one, everyone.